What's good, everyone? Accent Boy here, back with another video, and shout out to everyone who have been tuning to the channel. Let's run these numbers up. But however, this story is coming out of Florida, and as they always said, the craziest people coming from Florida are either the Bronx, as Charlemagne always says. But however, here we have a dusty ass dude who decided to do the most unthinkable stuff, and it's just crazy how you have a lot of grown ass men who are attracted to kids. You know what I mean? And here we have a dude where he's from Florida, and basically he was watching his ex-girlfriend kid, who is a female, and this girl is 15 years old. And he proceeded to rape her due to no one was home. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let the news chop it up as usual, then we're gonna come back and talk about it.
The defendant is guilty of lewd and lascivious molestation as charged. The defendant is guilty of sexual battery.
Rico Johnson left a Tampa courtroom a convicted sexual predator. A jury found him guilty of raping a minor. Now, 3 months later, he would be handed his punishment. The victim wanted the max of 75 years. The prosecutor pushed for it.
The allegations that have been proven in this case are egregious.
The victim's mother was heard too. Johnson, who was acting as his own attorney during the trial, was accused of raping his ex-girlfriend's 15-year-old daughter while her mother was at work back in April of 2019. The girl told the jury all about it, but what made it nearly unbearable was having to answer questions from the man who's accused of raping her.
You said I came in your room and you had your phone in your hand. Do you have any opportunity at any time to call the police?
No, I was too busy telling you to stop and pushing your hands off of me.
Later, Johnson told the jury the young girl came on to him.
The real victim, should be found not guilty.
But the jury didn't buy it. Now a Tampa judge had the final say.
The victim in this case was a 15-year-old little girl. That was supposed to be simple for a 15-year-old. Spend time with their friends, think about what they're doing in the future. That all came crashing down because of you and what you did.
Now Johnson will spend the next 35 years in prison because of what he did. Gloria Gomez, Fox 13 News.
And once he is released from prison, Johnson will also have to serve 10 years of sex offender probation.
All right, people. So there you guys go. It's a sad situation, you know what I mean? Because here we have a dude who his so-called ex-girlfriend trusts to watch over her daughter. And basically he took advantage of her when no one was there. You know what I mean? And as I said, I really can't understand how a lot of grown-ass men are attracted to kids. Kids who can't even consent, you know what I mean? And it's so crazy how this dude is trying to represent himself in court, trying to intimidate the poor girl, you know what I mean? Just so to see if he could convince her in trying to make himself prove, in trying to make himself innocent, you know what I mean? And I do think 35 years is not enough for people who rape young kids, you know what I mean? And think about it. Think about the trauma this girl is probably gonna face from here on. This girl probably gonna look at it like all men are rapers, or even if she trying to build some type of relationship with someone who she might find in the future, you know what I mean? Intimacy might be something that she don't even want to take part in due to the trauma of what this dude did, you know what I mean? And to be honest, just looking at his body language, I truly don't believe him. I truly believe that he did it, even though in the court he was saying that she came on to him. But let's be honest, what 15-year-old girl is going to come on to a grown-ass man? And I know many people might say, yes, it happens because we're living in a crazy world in today's society, yes. But just by hearing the girl speak and also the mom speak, you could tell that he probably forced himself onto her. You know what I mean? Yes, I wasn't there, but I'm just reading the body language and just going on with what I hear. This is my opinion, you know what I mean? But as I said, what 15-year-old girl is gonna go on to a grown ass man just like that? Even though you have a lot of these young girls out here probably smashing a lot of these old dudes, and a lot of these old dudes out here probably smashing a lot of these young girls. But in this case, man, it's just crazy. And she said he tried to came on to her and he was basically fighting on her. She was basically fighting him off. And that goes to show you, I don't think she would lie, but you just never know. But in this case, man, it's just sad how a lot of these grown ass men prey on young females and won't even go out there and try to look female their own age. You know what I mean? And I do, as I said, I don't think 35 years was good enough for this dude. I think he should have get life in prison, because we all know there's one thing you don't do, and that's is messing with kids. You know what I mean? And I do think him going to prison, he gonna get what he deserve, because I never been to prison, but I know from what they always say, there's certain stuff that they do not tolerate in prison, and one of those stuff is messing with kids. You know what I mean? So they did their job and the justice system, and I guarantee they're gonna do their job in prison. But let's think about it. Like, you're a grown ass dude, man. Why you're so fascinating with kids? Kids, you know what I mean? And as I said, I just can't understand how a lot of these grown ass men have some type of fantasy about these kids. Kids who should be outside playing, having time, special time with their friends, and yet these dudes rob them of their poor innocent. Like, sex should be something, a special time between someone who are into each other, you know what I mean? And here he take this little girl innocent away from her, man. It's just so crazy, man. And he deserve what he's supposed to get that is coming his way. So people, just let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe.